We're back here with Jen Martinez, mortgage expert. Something that comes up a lot of times is, what do we have to bring to closing, or what are closing costs? So how much out of pocket? And earlier in the previous episode, you said 3% or 3.5% for a down payment. And yet a lot of times there are closing costs on this statement. And I wanted to talk about that. That's a question that comes up often.
Yeah.
And what exactly are closing costs? What does that cover? And if you could expand a little bit on that.
Yeah, so closing costs is a wide range of things, and usually, so you've got your origination fees, you've got discount points if they're paying any kind of discount points, you've got homeowners insurance, you've got taxes, you've got title fees, you've got then a survey fee, you've got doc stamps and tangible taxes. So really, when I said you need around 6 to 7%, is because you're going to need anywhere between, again, depending on the purchase price, depending on what area you're looking at, you're going to need between 3 and 5% for just your closing costs. So let's break that down for you guys. On a $100,000 loan, 3% is going to be $3,000, 5% is going to be $5,000. So you need that above and beyond your down payment of that 3 to 3.5%. So, and it goes off of the purchase price, it doesn't go off the loan amount. So absolutely. So that's something that they need to be aware of, and things that, the things nobody likes to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Is where do lenders hide their fees? And they're going to hide it in those origination fees. They're going to hide it in like those discount fees. So people come to me and they're like, I have a rate of X. And it's like, why don't you send that to me so that way I can show you? And it's like, hey, did you see the $18,000 that they're charging you? But immediately people are so just stuck in that, what is the interest rate? And they just neglect to look at what those fees are and that they're paying for that. And I like to go through and explain it line by line, so that way, hey, if we're going to buy down your rate, what is that costing you? And what is that rate of return? How long is it taking you to recoup that money? It's a very easy calculation. Let's say we're going between 6% and 5.75. I'm throwing generic numbers out here. I'd say it's $20 a month, right? And it's going to cost you $2,400 to buy down that rate. 24 divided by 20, that's going to be your recapture rate. So that's going to take you roughly X years to be able to get that back. So that's the calculation that you're going to do, and that your loan officer should be having with you, and that conversation that they should be having to make sure that you're making an educated decision as the buyer.
Gotcha. So one thing that stuck out to me was, you want to be sure you're comparing apples to apples.
Yes.
So when you get a quote or an estimate from a lender, you want to make sure, if you have another opinion or another quote, you want to make sure that you're comparing apples to apples.
Absolutely, because title fees and doc stamps and tangible titles, those are all the exact same. The difference is going to be those lender fees. And then they try to, I've seen it where it's like, in box A they're putting something, and then the one below it's where that you can shop. I just recently saw that somebody threw another $2,400 in a processing fee down in that second section, because you can shop for that. So there's just different ways that they can stick fees in there. You want to make sure that you have somebody that you know, like, and trust, and that can explain those to you line by line.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
Absolutely.